morning students. So today I am going to explain about biogas production and microorganism as biocontrol agents. Okay. So what is biogas? Biogas is a mixture of gases produced by microbial activity. Microorganisms, by the activity of the microorganism, the biogas, so that is produced, and it is a mixture of methane, carbon dioxide and hydrogen. Okay, so not only one single gas is present in the biogas, but there are three gases are present, and these gases, they are the methane, carbon dioxide and H2. And the bacteria which is responsible for producing the biogas, they are called methanogen, because the amount of methane, so that is maximum in the biogas. If you compare all these three gases, then the amount of the methane is maximum. So these kind of the bacteria which can produce the biogas, they are called methanogen. For example, you have to remember the name. For example, mycobacteria. Then these are anaerobic microbes present in the rumen of cattle. So cow dung is rich in these bacteria. So these bacteria, microorganisms, they are anaerobic, because the bacteria, they can be either aerobic or they can be anaerobic. For example, in the waste treatment process, in the biological treatment, the bacteria, they are the aerobic bacteria, but here the bacteria, they are the anaerobic bacteria. And these bacteria, they are also present in the rumen of cattle. In the alimentary canal of the cattle, these bacteria, they are present in plenty, and so the cow dung is rich in these bacteria, because after the process of the digestion, because the cattle, they are the herbivorous animals, they eat plants, and the plant is cell wall, so that is made up of cellulose. So the bacteria which is present in the alimentary canal of the cattle, so that can break down the cellulose, and by the process of the breakdown of the cellulose, it can produce the nutrient to the cattle also, and also the biogas, that is also produced. So what are the uses of biogas? The biogas, that is a clean fuel. Why? Because it cannot cause pollution to the atmosphere, because there are many gases which are responsible for causing the pollutions. For example, suppose you take the petrol and the diesel. Petrol and the diesel, they are responsible to cause the pollution, because they can liberate carbon dioxide and the carbon monoxide and other greenhouse gases. But the biogas, so it is a clean fuel and it is not responsible for pollutions. Also the biogas, so that is very cheap, because generally in the rural area, the farmers, they are having cattle, and those farmers who are having their own cattle, they can get the cow dung, and with the help of the cow dung, they can produce the biogas also, and the biogas, it can be used as a fuel for the domestic purpose. Then it is also used for the lighting. For example, in the village you can find out there are lamps are there. For example, we have seen there are the kerosene lamp are there, where the kerosene is used as fuel. But here in the biogas, which is used for lighting purpose, so again, as I told you, so because it is a clean fuel, so there is no pollution in this case. Biogas plant, so that is made up of concrete. So it is a tank which is made up of brick and cement, and the height, so that is around 10 to 15 feet deep. So in the concrete tank, cow dung and the water which is known as the slurry, so that is fed. Now the tank is full of cow dung and water. The tank, so that is connected to inlet and the outlet. So inlet, so that is the pipe with the help of which the slurry can be fed in the tank, and with the help of the outlet, so that is also another pipe, we can take the used slurry outside the tank. Then the floating cover, so that is placed over slurry, and it keeps on rising as the gas is produced in the tank. Now here you see the diagram. So this is the tank which is made up of concrete, and this is the floating holder. When the gas is produced in the biogas tank, now this holder will float. It will come up. This one is the inlet and this one is the outlet. So in the inlet, we are putting the cow dung plus water, which is called the slurry. Then with the help of the inlet, now the tank, so that is full of cow dung. And this one is the outlet with the help of the outlet they can take the used slurry. Okay. So when the cow dung and the water that is there in the biogas plants, in the cow dung, as I told you, the gobar is having lots of methanogen, because the methanogen they are found inside the alimentary canal of the cattle. So these bacteria, they are anaerobic bacteria, and they will grow in the cow dung and they will start to break down the cow dung. So in the process of breakdown, biogas will be produced. When biogas is produced, now this floater or the holder, now it will start going up and down, and it can indicate that the gas has started producing. Okay. Now the gas which is produced, so that can be taken outside with the help of the pipe. So either the pipe, so that is directly connected to the gas stove, or it is connected to some container where the biogas can be collected. Because generally you can see the biogas plant they are used in the village. So if the farmer is having its own cattle, then the farmer can set up the biogas plant in his own house also. Then either directly it is linked to the stove, or it is connected to some container where the biogas can be collected, and later on it can be used. So this biogas model that was developed by Indian Agricultural Research Institute and the Khadi Village Industries Commission. So mainly the biogas plant, because it is cheap and easily cheaply the cow dung that is also available to the farmers. So they can serve both the purpose, because after the production of the biogas, whatever remaining slurry is there which is taken out, so that can be used as biofertilizer. So they can get fertilizer for their own profit also, and at the same time the biogas which is produced, so that can be used as a clean fuel in their house. Microorganisms, they can be used as biocontrol agent. Bio means living. Okay. So how the microorganisms they can be used to control the pest and the disease producing organisms. Generally you know that we use different type of the chemical compounds to control the pest or any other pathogens. For example, there are many insects are there which are responsible to produce disease in the plant. So for that we are using the chemical compounds. But chemical compounds, they are not only harmful for the causative organisms, but also they are harmful for the other organisms which are there in the crop field, and also for the environment also, because it can cause a different type of pollutions, like the air pollution will be there, soil pollution will be there, water pollution will be there. Okay, so it is having many harmful role. Natural predators, they are present for pest. Any particular living organism which are responsible to produce the disease, or which is called a pest, for them also the natural predator is there. Because you know that in the ecosystem, living organisms they are connected to each other with the help of the food chain. And in the food chain, one organism, so that is eaten by the another organism. So for any kind of the pest, in the nature the predator is there to kill. So suppose in place of using the chemical compound, now we know that this is the natural predator which can kill the pest, and you leave the natural predator in the crop field. Then naturally they can control the number of the pest. So there is no requirement of using the chemical compound. But the thing is that the farmer need to know the habitat of all these animals or the pest, and what is their life cycle, who are the predator. Now if the farmer is having all the knowledge, then the farmer naturally can leave the predator in the crop field, so that they can control the number of the pest. So there is no requirement of killing the pest, because the biocontrol method, so that is a holistic approach, because we are taking care of all living organisms. Those who are the pest, now they are also eaten by some other animals. And also on the pest body you can find out there are many parasites, they are also depending on them for food. Now if the pest will be killed, then automatically the parasite they cannot survive. Okay. Now similarly when we are using the chemical compounds, then we are killing the pest, and also some other useful organisms they are also killed. So the biocontrol method, that is a good method in place of the chemical compound. Now we can use